Let's get started with the 2022 Ehingbeti Economic Summit, where Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu announced 4 strategic pillars that will drive the state's 2052 development plan. Now, during the summit at the Eco Hotel and Suites, the state government also got an approval from the federal government for the construction of the Lekki-Ekpe International Airport.
Since 2021,
it's the 9th edition of the Ehingbeti Lagos Economic Summit, an event that has become a symbol for socio-economic heritage in the state.
Development of the health sector.
The yearly event provides an opportunity for top officials of the state to meet with private sector players and other stakeholders to discuss development strategies for investment opportunities in Africa's emerging model megacity, Lagos.
The LSDP 2052 plan, a plan for Lagosians by Lagosians, is one way of preparing for this influx, as it is expected to play an integral part in galvanizing the vibrancy of Lagosians, aspiring Lagosians, and sustaining the state's growth trajectory over the next 30 years.
The Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget reels out what has been achieved under the administration of Governor Sanwo-Olu through the Ehingbeti discourse.
Ehingbeti has over the years been established as that platform where people, ideas, subject matter experts, community leaders, and development partners with stakes in Lagos come together to co-create the future of Lagos. It is the place of accountability where we must return every time to give account of past resolutions. I am happy to inform you that of the 222 resolutions reached at the past 8 editions of Ehingbeti, we have implemented 95% of them, which is 210 of those resolutions. Lagos is not progressing by luck or by accident. It is evolving through the rigor of conversations and exchanges of ideas coming from platforms like Ehingbeti. And the commitment by successive governments of Lagos to commit to the execution of resolutions which are reached in this very place. Indeed, seeing ideas like the Lekki Free Trade Zone, which has now attracted the Dangote refinery and fertilizer plants, both of global significance, shows that what we resolve here for Lagos represents national assets. When we decide, like in the past Ehingbetis, to work with the private sector to develop the Lekki Deep Sea Port, which on completion will be 3 times the capacity of Apapa Port, positioning Lagos as one of the top 3 ports in Africa, we must observe that the initiative by implication is national in its impact.
The 2022 Economic Summit focuses on a progressive, futuristic outlook, and Governor Sanwo-Olu explains the 30-year development roadmap for Lagos State.
We cannot, at this time, still be caught in the myth of just mindless cut and paste from other territories and jurisdictions. Yes, we need to learn from what is happening around the world. We must emulate and be inspired by other nations and other jurisdictions. But indeed, at the end, we believe that we'll be laying a foundation of deep local context and adaptation that will truly, really work for Lagosians. And as the race for the future intensifies, we know that global cities interestingly play a critical role in defining their nation's progress and prosperity. According to the World Bank, and you have listened to also a big expert from the IMF this morning, over 56% of global population reside in cities. Indeed, it's been estimated it will be close to 70% by the year 2050. Several months leading to this month, we have made concerted efforts towards the conceptualization and development of what I'm truly, truly proud of, a 30-year plan, the Lagos State Development Plan 2022-2052, with the ambition of transforming Lagos into Africa's model megacity. The Lagos State Development Plan 2052 is built around 4 critical strategic pillars: a thriving economy, a human-centric city, modern infrastructure, and of course, effective governance. These 4 pillars will be focusing on 20 strategic areas that will drive this very deep ambition. The long-term development plan has been meticulously devised to accommodate the best of all existing and prior higher-level policy documents that we've ever put together. We believe it will outlive us. It will even outlive our current team's agenda, and it will be the beginning of a bigger Lagos, a rising Lagos, a greater Lagos that we all talk about.
That's not all. The Honourable Minister of Aviation, who is also in attendance, presents an approval document to Governor Sanwo-Olu for the construction of the Lekki-Epe International Airport.
When His Excellency the Governor approached us in Civil Aviation Ministry and said he wants to build an airport in Lagos, another airport, I said, yes, this is a huge step in the very right direction. And the reason is simple. Like I said, I'm a Lagosian. In my days of Lagos, the terminal point is Maroko Sandfield. When you go there, you only go to mechanic to do panel beating for you. That's it. Or when you are like me as a boy that time, you go to Lekki or Eleko Beach, the new beach at that time. But today, from here, all the way to after VGC, all the way to Ekpe, it's Lagos. The expansion is astronomical, it's huge, it's big. The ideas and the side of the economy is good and big. So you need to continue to link Lagos, not only with Nigeria, but with Africa and the world. So if you look at all these financial institutions, the 200 industrial estates and the Eco-Atlantic and so on and so forth, there must be a way that these people will come in and out of Lagos on another alternative, which is the airport in Lekki. Your Excellency, Mr. Governor, this is a huge step in the right direction.
The state government is also commended for coming up with a new plan that will chart the path to sustainable growth.
Nigeria remains the second largest trading partner for the UK on the African continent. We export $2.5 billion of goods and services to Nigeria, and Lagos, as has been said, is the gateway for that business. And through the 600 members of the British Business Group in Lagos, to the excellent support given by the Nigeria-Britain Chamber of Commerce, to the support from my own team, the Department for International Trade team based here in Lagos, we're delighted to invite new business to come here to profit from the experience of working in Lagos. We have big brand names, Shell, Unilever, Guinness. We have smaller names. All of them are committed to trying to make the economy grow. The sheer range of sectors they speak to speaks to the importance of the work that the Lagos State Governor has been doing to entice business here. UK Export Finance has a risk appetite of $1.5 billion here in Nigeria, and we're keen to try and conclude our first transaction as we can for the end of March 2023.
With the current estimated population of 23 million people, predicted to become the world's largest city by 2100, with about 88 million residents, the speed and scale of urbanization of Lagos requires a clear, ambitious, and dynamic approach that helps the state meet accelerated demand for affordable housing as well as viable infrastructure. The importance of Lagos's 30-year development plan through 2052 being unveiled today as significant to Lagos's vision to become Africa's model megacity and a global economic and financial hub that is safe, secure, functional, and productive. The plan, which highlights key areas including expanding Lagos's transportation, power and energy, digital, water and sanitation, and waste management infrastructure, building 2 new urban centers in Bagari and Epe to optimize land use and evenly distribute economic and living activity across the state, improving living conditions and social infrastructure by the provision of good quality housing, education, healthcare, and security services all point to the long-term commitment of the state to improve the welfare and livelihood of all Lagos's residents.
Ehingbeti Summit, introduced 21 years ago, has championed the cause of development policies that drives growth and prosperity for Lagosians. Again, the state government is assuring everyone that the outcomes reached at this summit will translate into actions and set Lagos apart.